in the studio now because they've come in and they've COVID cleaned it, and that's been causing some rust. So there might be a day where we're all going to do a little bit of cleanup in the studio. But you want to use clean, dry metal. You want to have metal that can fit underneath the protection for not cutting your finger off. And you never want to use wire on this. Another thing I just want to remind you of, there's a little dent right here. So I find that some students will grab onto the handle because maybe they're shorter here, and when they come down, they'll hit their finger here. So what I like to do is reach up on my tippy toes, grab this, and then pull it down, and I know that I'm not going to get my hand pinched here. Okay. So the other thing is don't leave this down, because I'll come walking around and I'll probably run into it. So when you're done, you want to lift this up. And if you lift it up just part way, when you hit it, well, it's not going to do it. It oftentimes falls. So make sure that you've pushed it all the way back for safety for the next person that comes in and uses the shear. The shear is great for cutting geometric shapes, squares, triangles, parallelograms. So if you're into really interesting geometric shapes, this piece of equipment is going to be really useful to you. Just know that it's an expensive tool and it can get damaged easily, just like everything in the studio. So honor it and take good care of it, and don't use wire on it. Okay? So I've got my piece cut to the width that I want, but now I need to measure it, and I didn't bring my piece of paper with me, but we know it's 50. Did I? Oh, good. Okay. So I'm going to line this up right here. I've added the thickness of my metal. I'm going to run it across there. I'm going to check again that it's just under, and I will come in, put it right up against this edge, slide it in until I see the mark. And there's the mark, I think. Yep. So it takes a while to train yourself to see, and then sometimes bringing a light over will help to see where I am. There I am. Okay. And then once again, I'm going to hold it down up against the ruler so that I get a nice 90-degree cut. And I can see I'm a little long. So better long than short. Although if it were short, I could stretch it after it's in a band ring. But I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to trim off that little bit more. And that's one of the reasons why I like using the Sharpie, is that it's pretty easy to see what's going on. So there's more here for students to be able to use if that's a size that they want. But I think we're ready at this point to go in and shape the piece. This piece that I had right at the beginning of the demo is already annealed. So I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this the same length so that I'm kind of doing a Martha Stewart, let's get it all done in one time. You guys have already seen how to anneal metal. If you need a refresher on that, go back to the video that is showing you how to anneal. And with fogged up glasses, with my mask, it's a little bit harder to see. But now I've got my two pieces. This one needs to get annealed. The way you can tell is if it doesn't bend with my fingers, this is going to bend really easily. So to be able to now shape this piece into the shape that we want, we are going to need to anneal it. And I'm going to recommend that you just go back and watch the video again about annealing. And we'll continue on here now for forming and shaping it when we're back in the other room.